One class. My name is Ibrahim, and a little bit about me is that I'm a third-year student at the University of Toronto in computer science and statistics. And today we're just going to be going over a few math questions at the high school level. And if you guys have any questions or need any homework help or tutoring, just check down the links in the description down below. And let's get started. So our first question is, what is inverse in mathematics? So the inverse is the inverse function is written like this, right? And we set this to equal to y. So then in our case we have y equals, we have a function, sorry, f at x equals to our function, right? Then we let y equal to our function, and then we substitute y and x in our function. So in this case, let's look at our solution here. The word inverse means reverse in direction or position. It comes from the Latin word inversus, which means to turn upside down or inside out. In mathematics, an inverse operation is an operation that undoes what was done by the previous operation. The four main mathematical operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. The inverse of addition is subtraction, and vice versa. The inverse of multiplication is division, and vice versa. Let's take a look at some examples to show how inversion works. Take the simple addition problem, 4 plus 3 equals 7. If we want to reverse the addition, we just subtract 7 minus 3 equals 4. And we are back to where we started. The same is true for multiplication and division. 2 times 8 equals 16, and 16 over 8 equals 2. These are very simple examples, but the rule holds true for even complex addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division problems. Here are the properties of inverse. The additive inverse property. So the additive inverse property states that when you add a number to its opposite, the result is always 0. So 2 plus negative 2 equals 0, 360 plus negative 369 equals 0, 1000 plus negative 1000 equals 0, and a plus negative a equals 0. The multiplicative inverse property, which is that when you multiply any number by its opposite, the result is always 1. So 6 times 1 over 6 is 1, 205 times 1 over 205 is 1. The additive property states that when you add any number to 0, the result is the same number. 7 plus 0 equals 7, a plus 0 equals a. The multiplicative property states that anytime you multiply a number by 1, the number does not change. 13 times 1 equals 13, and c times 1 equals c. And now into solving equations, which is where I started off going on to. Solve x by the equation 2x plus 3 equals 17. In order to solve this problem, we must isolate the x on one side of the equation. The first step is to remember that the inverse operations of addition and multiplication are subtraction and division. The next step is to move the 3 to the right side of the equation by subtracting it from both sides of the equation. This gives you 2x equals 14. The next step is to divide both sides by 2, since division is the opposite of the multiplication. So 2x divided by 2 will give us x on the left side, and 14 over 2 will give us 7 on the right side, which is x equals 7. If you're unsure, you can always go back and check your answer. To do this, substitute 7 for x in the original problem. So 2 times 7 plus 3, which is 14 plus 4, 2 times 7 plus 3, which is equal to 14 plus 3, which is 17 as before. Solve the solution of the equation 3x minus 5 equals 19. We're going to add 5 to both sides, so I'm going to just write that one out actually, just show you how to do it. 3x minus 5 equals 19, so we're going to add 5 to both sides to get rid of the 5 here, which gives us 3x equals 224. To get rid of the x now, we're going to divide by 3 on both sides. Which will give us 24 divided by 3 is 8. And we can verify this. Which we'll see right here. So if we sub 8 back into our equation, 3 times 8 minus 5, which is 24 minus 5, equals to 19. So therefore the solution is correct. Our next question here is, What is the square root of 42? We first express 42 as a product of its prime factors. Its prime factors are 2, 3, 7 as given to us by our junior tutor. 2 times 3. Oh, I forgot to write the number in English. Question 2. So square root of 42. Alright, and 42's prime factors are 2 times 3 times 7 equals to 42. So that's 2 times 3, 6, 6 times 7, 42. Therefore, we have root 42 equals to root 2 times 3 times 7. And it says we can't further extract any root since we do not have a pair of same factor. Hence, root 42 will be always written as root 42 because we can't factorize it anymore. We'll just plug into our scientific calculator and it'll give us the number given there, 6.4807. Question number 3. What is Pemdas? Pemdas is an acronym for the words parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. Take note that multiplication and division are equal importance, which means whichever comes first from left to right should be evaluated first. And it also applies to the addition and subtraction. Whichever comes first from left to right should be evaluated first. Given two or more operations in a single expression, the order of the letters in PEMDAS tells you what to calculate first, second, third, and so on until the calculation is complete. So over here it's asking us to calculate 36 minus 220 plus 12 divided by 4 times 3 minus 2 squared plus 10. So we're gonna go by PEMDAS and PEMDAS, yep, and we're gonna do parentheses first. So all the operations inside of parentheses. Then our next letter is E, so we're gonna look for any exponents inside of our bracket or our parentheses in this case. So we have an exponent here, which is 2 squared. So we're gonna evaluate that first. So we'll get 36 minus 2, yeah, times, or in the bracket, 20 plus 12 divided by 4 times 3. 2 squared is evaluated to 4 plus 10. Having a little trouble with my pen here. Okay, I'll just go on with the solution given down below. So minus 4 plus 10 outside of the bracket. Then our next step is the multiplication inside, the division inside the parentheses, which is 12 divided by 4. So we're going to do 36 minus 2 bracket 20 plus, and then 12 divided by 4, which is 3. So plus 3 times 3 minus 4, close the bracket, plus 10. Now our next step in PEMDAS is our multiplication. So we're going to do 36 minus 2 bracket 20 plus 3 times 3, which is 9. So 20 plus 9 minus 4 plus 10. And now we have both addition and subtraction inside our bracket, so whatever comes first and left to right. So we're going to do the 20 plus 9, which is going to give us 29 minus 4. Then we're going to do the minus 4, so we'll get 25. Now we have to do the bracket, which is multiplication. So 2 times 25 is 50, and then now it's just left to right. So 36 minus 50 is negative 14 plus 10 minus 4. Our next question is, how do you convert 83% as a fraction? So percentages are similar to fractions since it is a part of a whole, especially a part of 100. With that, we can write the percentage into a fraction as follows. 83% is equal to 83 over 100. Since we can't simplify these numbers like any further, like there's no common factor between them to take it out, so we're just going to leave it as 83 over 100. And that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. This has been Ibrahim from OneClass. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.